This is the Power Queen 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. What's lithium iron phosphate? This is a different battery technology, and it's getting better and better and better. The lithium iron phosphate actually has more cycles than a lithium ion without getting damaged. This thing's like, I believe, up to 15,000 cycles they're advertising in here. 100 amp hours. What does that mean? Your phone might be 3,500 milliamp hours. That's like 3.5 amp hours. Amp hours is not a great measurement of power because you have to know the other side. You have to know the voltage. With volts and amps, you can get wattage, and wattage is a measurement of energy. So amp hours is good because it's capacity, but at a certain voltage, and then it turns into energy with the watts. So this is a 12.8. It is a drop-in in most situations for your RV or your boat, with a couple exceptions. So if you have a relatively new RV and you drop in a lithium battery, these run a little bit higher voltage, which is actually a good thing. So they run a higher voltage and they stay at that voltage till the very end. This has a built-in BMS, which is going to protect it from that runaway charging. It's going to protect it from overcharging, under discharging. Can go into sleep mode. It can do all of these things. And the nice thing about the BMS is it's built in here. This, I believe, is much safer if you're in an enclosed environment. So if you're doing a van life, a grid, an off-grid cabin that you're staying in there with your power system, if you have lead acid flooded batteries, you're letting that gas inside your area, whether it's your studio here like me, if it's your boat. That's been a big problem, is you can't have explosive gases in your bilge. That's a real bad thing. They do run a little bit higher voltage, so to actually properly charge them all the way up, your equipment, your charger, your monitoring systems, even your alternator needs to be aware of the higher voltage and the higher resting voltage. This is the state of charge. So in the 12 volt system, 100% charged is somewhere between 14.6 and 13.6, you can see. 90% is 13.4, 13.3, 13.2, 13.1. So really that first 40% of the battery could be as little as 0.3 volts difference. Whereas in a lead acid battery, you can very, very easily see how much charge is left. In a lithium battery, you're gonna see a lot more based on monitoring of the current that's gone out and the current that's gone in. Voltage is not a very good indicator. The one thing that this one doesn't have is their cold weather shutoff. So it does not have an automatic shutoff, I believe, on this one. People really kind of look down on mixing and matching batteries. This can be a bad thing because, in the old days, you get lead acid batteries, you just kind of throw whatever you had together and you make a bank of batteries. With these, because the cells are so unique and because they have the different BMSs, because you want to roughly get them charging about the same, that's where you want to try to match your batteries. They make them in 100 amp, 200 amp hour, and 280 amp hour. This thing is 21 pounds. So if you try to go lift a Group 24 car battery, it's 45 pounds for a lead acid. This one has 100 amp hours, and you can go from 100 all the way down to 0 and all the way back to 100 pretty easily. It can charge at that same rate too, so it charges very fast.